Hello, I'm Landon Puello of AHS-TV, and in this segment of Best of the Nest, we will take a look at school lunches, how it's viewed from the student's perspective and some teachers' perspectives too. But first, our own Southworth took a closer look.
Hi, this is Micah Southworth here at AHS-TV, and today I'm here with
Brody Van Schaefer.
Brody Van Schaefer. What did you eat for lunch today?
Today, I didn't eat anything for lunch.
I ate mac and cheese. My mom packed me some.
Dose hamburgers.
Christian, what did you eat for lunch today?
I had the double dog.
I had the chicken nuggets with mashed potatoes.
Did you like it?
I thought it was pretty good. Wasn't bad.
I had the chicken nuggets and mashed potatoes.
Chicken nuggets and mashed potatoes.
How often do you choose to buy school lunch?
I usually get a lunch and give it to my friend.
Maybe like once a week if there's something good, like buffalo chicken dip. Yeah, that's yummy.
Probably every day I don't bring my own.
Possibly every day, and unless I get caught up with schoolwork, every day.
Every day.
Every day I don't pack.
Every day.
Every day.
Like, what factors in that decision? Like, you know what I mean?
Nothing. Just food.
You like, all right, and there you have it.
Hello, my name is Brody Schaefer here with AHS-TV, and today we got the chance to sit down with school psychologist Mrs. Schaefer here at AHS in Shannock. Mrs. Schaefer, how would you describe the visual presentation of the school lunch, and do you believe presentation affects students' willingness to eat it?
I do believe that visual presentation is a lot with lunch or anything that you have on your plate. I don't eat school lunch, and so I can't really speak to what the presentation looks like.
What is your usual lunchtime routine as a teacher here at AHS?
Well, normally I pack a lunch. I have B lunch, but sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I'll get a lunch here.
In your opinion, how could artistic principles such as color, balance, or arrangement be used to improve the appeal of school meals?
Well, psychologically, color does a lot for, your mood, your appetite. So I think studies have been done actually that have shown like red can increase a person's appetite, whereas like purple or other colors, I don't know exactly if that's true, but other colors can like kind of minimize your appetite. So just by what color plate you're using.
Do you have a favorite lunch item at the school cafeteria?
I would say my go-to is the salads, the chicken salads they make. The turkey meal is a good one too.
From an educator's perspective, how does nutrition influence students' engagement and performance in creative classes?
I think that's important because nutrition can boost your, ability to think depending on what you're eating. If you're eating something like high in like simple sugars, you can have a crash where you're just very tired and can't think clearly.
Do you think the school lunches are overall nutritional?
I think they have to be. I think there's things they have to put in there, but I mean, it's still processed food, so it's probably not great for you. I mean, organic whole food's the best.
And lastly, what change or additions to the lunch experience do you believe would positively impact student well-being and creativity?
Again, this goes back to I really don't know what is served at the school lunches, other than I have seen some, being here and at the elementary, I've seen some breakfast choices that I think are really, having packaged food, that means, usually they're just kind of like high in carbohydrates, low in nutritional value, so maybe having some more like fresh fruits and vegetables or lower processed foods would really, I think, help everybody be healthier.
Thanks, Micah. For those of you just joining us, I'm Landon Puello of AHS, and I am now joined by AHS juniors Brody Stover and Jackson Fiskus. Welcome to Best of the Nest. Brody, Jackson.
Thank you.
Hello guys, thank you for having us. Yeah. To start it off, When you think about Armstrong's school lunch, what's the first word that comes to mind and why that word?
Me first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say important because some kids, they don't get to eat breakfast, they wake up late, or they just don't have any food at their house. They come, they got no energy, middle of their day, they get a lunch, they get some energy in them, and maybe they don't get to go home and eat, so that they really look forward to eating,
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, especially because, like, some kids, if they come to school, they're not feeling well or something either. And
Yeah,
then maybe
absolutely.
a school lunch will just energize them
Yeah,
or something.
I have to agree with that because it's like you need energy throughout the day for school. Like,
Yeah.
You need to be energy to take tests and get through the day. So it's definitely the most important part of the day for school
is.
students.
Research shows students are more likely to eat lunch when they feel they have some choice. Do you feel like you have enough options here, or does it feel repetitive?
Oh, no, it does not feel repetitive. We have a lot of options, ranging from healthy ones to, like, the common ones that everyone gets in line for. There's lots of options. So I don't think that's an issue here.
No.
Yeah, there's definitely many options. You can like build stuff. There's so many options between burgers, sandwiches, the main meal, and there's always like a salad, and you can like get like chicken and rice. So it's definitely good for people.
I think
with
the
all
options, though, are less when it comes to, like, the better meals.
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
I have to agree with that. Like the more filling ones.
yeah.
Yes.
People's
Okay,
favorites.
I understand that.
Yeah. There's only, like, maybe, like, 3 good ones. Chicken tenders,
Yeah.
spaghetti, taco, maybe.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. How often do you actually look forward to what's being served for lunch? And what meals make that happen?
I would say maybe once, twice a week. There's some good meals: spaghetti and meatballs, tacos.
Yeah.
Those are really my favorites. So I mean, that's really like it's like a from person to person kind of thing there. Those are my picks.
And especially you can tell when there's this huge line.
Oh yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Gotta,
It definitely depends on like the week lineup for it. Because
Yeah.
like if there's like better stuff, it's gonna be a better lunch of the week. But like if there's bad stuff, then I'm gonna have to go through like Buildable and get stuff that I would not really choose over certain stuff.
and it's good that there's like options that don't change, like
Yeah,
peanut
it
butter,
definitely.
pizza.
People like their
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
They won't
Controls.
Yeah.
Those are important.
Very important.
Studies say students who eat lunch perform better in afternoon classes. Do you feel more focused after lunch or more tired?
Depends kind of what you eat. If you eat something heavy and greasy, you may not feel very good. But if you eat something that's light, high in carbs, you're gonna get an energy boost. You're gonna feel more focused, and you might even be happier. Therefore, you might want to do more. You might be better suited to follow directions, and not be so grouchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think depending on what lunch you have too, because I think like earlier you have lunch, then I
The
think
more afternoon classes
yeah.
you are full for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
And especially because of how early the lunches are and whatnot, or I guess like a lunch and maybe
A lunch is pretty early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
You might be better suited for the next half of your day there.
Yeah.
And like what you said about like later lunches, like if you have C lunch and like you're hungry by 5th period, you still have like 2 more classes before you get to eat.
Yeah.
So it can really like mess up your day.
Yeah.
Like mess up like
If you're
how you
really
look.
hungry before then, and then you're just gonna get grouchy or like
Yeah,
tired
you're gonna like get
before
tired.
lunch.
You're not
yeah.
gonna like do your fullest in class.
Yeah.
As you could do.
Yeah, I understand. Pennsylvania promotes farm-to-school programs that use local food. Would knowing your lunch came from local farms change how you feel about eating it?
Food's food, so I really wouldn't care how I eat it. But I do think that it is better for the economy, These local farmers, they're getting more business, and maybe they even feel better because they're giving to the local children,
Yeah.
Like their produce that they grow all year goes to feed local people.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel really good about it because I feel like it gives you like fresher food to eat other than it's like frozen, like
True,
processed
yeah.
foods.
I didn't think of that. I agree with that.
So you get like more clean food.
I think our school could have like more like farm to school.
I agree.
Or
Because
whatever
there's still a lot of
food.
frozen stuff.
Yeah. And
That
we
could be
just,
more
like,
fresh.
Yeah. I think some of the meals, like chicken or something, I think they just like microwave it or
Definitely,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And-
sometimes like you'll get it and it's like a little cold still.
Yeah, and then it tastes like rubbery.
Yeah, it's
kinda.
very rubbery.
Yeah. Same with the rice.
Yes, yes. And like fresh food just would make it so much better.
Yeah. How fair do you think the portion size is? And do they match what students actually need to get through the day?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're fine. They look kind of big, and they look almost intimidating.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's fine.
I think
It's really all I need. It's just lunch. It's not a full dinner. You know, you're not
Yeah.
getting a 5-course meal. It's just lunch.
And I think
it.
the size of trays that we have, like, match it so that
Yeah.
it doesn't look to be that small or that big.
Yeah, it looks fine on the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the portion sizes are like fine because you can get a free breakfast throughout the day. So like you don't need that big of a lunch then.
Yeah.
The lunch like it just is to get you to like when you get home or dinner.
Yeah.
So I think they're pretty good sizes.
Research shows high school students often skip lunch if lines are too long. Have lines or time limits ever stopped you from eating?
They have not stopped me from eating, but they have stopped me from getting certain things. You know, if it's Thanksgiving meal day and the line is the whole way down the hallway, I'm not going in that line.
I don't
you
want
know?
to wait either.
I'm gonna go in something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, because I come from like the 3rd floor from lunch. So by the time I get down there for something really good, it's already back past like the bathroom and the first set of doors to the C hallway.
Yeah.
And it just makes me want to get something different because I don't want to spend my whole lunch sitting in line.
And you'll just see people like walking past
Yeah,
you too.
people are always
like,
skipping the line. Yeah. So it just gets like 2 times longer at that point.
Yeah, I'll be like closer to the front, and then after like 10
Yeah,
people,
10 people will walk right there.
Yeah.
Or like they'll go through the other lines, then come over from there and get
they'll
it.
get a tray and then just walk
Yeah.
over. That's the annoying part.
Yeah,
You're not
very
waiting in
annoying.
line.
Because the lines would go much faster if everyone just waited.
Yeah,
But they don't. They just skip.
yeah. How long do you think you wait in like a big line like that?
Big line. It could be up to 10, 12 minutes
Yeah.
before you even get into the cafeteria to
it
get your
could be,
food.
like,
so
15.
then you got to
Yeah.
get the food, walk around,
Wait
go
for
through
the line to
go
check
through the
out.
computer, and then go and walk the way back to your table. So it could be like 15 minutes before you start eating.
That's almost
It's a lot.
half your lunch
That is
right there.
that is half your
It's-
lunch. Yeah.
Do you think the cafeteria atmosphere, noise, seating, crowding affects how much you enjoy or rush through your lunch?
No, it's just a social atmosphere. It's an open cafeteria.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's kind of part of the school environment.
I don't think it's like too loud. It's pretty like moderate. No one's really screaming or like jumping up and down occasionally.
Yeah.
Occasionally people are doing that, but like that's rare.
Or like some fights will happen.
Some fights or some
Yeah.
people will have like a speaker, which is kind of annoying.
I think the other day,
Or like people throwing food or stuff.
oh, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, you're not gonna do anything bad because you don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
'Cause they have cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
How well do you think Armstrong's lunch reflects what students actually want to eat versus what adults think students want?
Well, the adults are providing the lunches, so I mean, they're kind of just giving us what they think that we want.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's just, it's a pretty easy question.
I mean, it'd be nice if like they put out like a survey for like what people like the most, so they could get more of that and less of
Yeah.
the other stuff like
I think we've had
people
that.
don't like.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they give like a survey.
I think we've had a survey before.
I just don't think they listen that much sometimes.
Yeah,
No, they don't.
I agree. Because like they'll do like chicken 4 times a week sometimes, and like it's
Yeah.
good, but like
It's a favorite.
it's
but,
easy to make. It's
Yeah.
good in like nutrition, but like, do I want it every day? No.
I think that's the same thing with people having like pizza every day or something. That just gets to a point where it's like
Yeah.
unhealthy.
Yeah, because then like there's so much grease on the pizza too. There's
Yeah.
a lot of oil on top, which cannot be good for you.
Bad for you.
Really bad.
Very bad.
Yeah. Research shows students waste less food when meals feel familiar. Do you notice a lot of food being thrown away? And why do you think that happens?
Yeah, there's a lot being thrown away. I wouldn't say so much the main course is being thrown away, but kind of the side dishes, the fruits or vegetables, salads, stuff like that. Maybe even the milks, they're being tossed. Why? I don't know. I guess it's just preference. Maybe someone doesn't like milk. Maybe someone doesn't like the fruit. That's really it.
Yeah, I don't really see much getting thrown away, but sometimes like occasionally there's like the person who didn't like their meal, so they're just gonna throw it away. The fruit for sure, because like sometimes they don't have like many options. It's just a lot of the same thing.
And they force you to get
Yeah,
the
they
fruit.
force you, which I get why.
It's
but like
healthy. Yeah.
they're wasting it then, because like most kids don't eat them.
Yeah. Or just grab like a juice or something.
Yeah,
most
that's
of
what I
the
usually
time.
do.
Yeah.
And like the milk, I'm not the biggest fan of milk, which I know like the calcium's good, but like I like water better. And I'd much rather have a water than a milk.
Yeah. I think the water should start being free here.
At least the small ones, yes.
Yeah. Because I think it would be way more healthier for us to drink
Mhm.
the water than.
There's not like a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
Because the milk does have a lot of
Milk
sugar.
has a whole lot of sugar.
Yeah.
And like the water fountain water just tastes a little funny.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have like bottle.
I like fill up my water bottle and it would
Tastes completely different.
Yeah.
And it tastes like cloudy almost.
Yeah. And when I fill it up with water at home or something, I'll still have like the aftertaste. I have to like really wash out the bottle.
You gotta really wash it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Do you feel like the lunch menu works equally well for athletes, busy students, and those who aren't very active but not really?
Yeah, I mean, again, there's lots of options. If you're not very active, there's healthy options you can get that way, or at least you stay kind of in shape. If you're really active, there's high carb meals you can get. So, yeah, I think that all the variability, people can kind of pick what they want. And depending on their lifestyle, they can kind of choose.
I definitely agree, because like for the wrestlers who like need to make weight, they got like the chicken and rice, which is really good for you because like the rice doesn't have any calories in it. So I think it's nice that they have meals that they can eat where they're not gonna like put on too much. So they have to cut a lot.
And then they can eat less. and
Yeah,
then-
they can eat less,
Yeah.
but get full faster because it's like whole grain rice.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jackson and Brody, for joining us today to get the Hawk's Eye view on school lunches.
This is your time to engage, create, follow your passion, show your spirit, go all out, or just kick back. Here in the Oak Grove at the heart of IUP, endless opportunities await. Where do you fit in? Wherever you want. This is your time. This is your place. Get in the Grove at IUP.
Hello, I'm Cindy Livingston of AHS-TV, and in this episode of Best of the Nest, we will take a closer look at the history of Santa. We're talking with Mr. Knoll to get a hawk's eye view. Welcome to Best of the Nest. Could you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hi, I'm Mr. Knoll.
How are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
Now, I know Christmas and the New Year's has just passed, so I want to ask you, how was your Christmas? and
It was
New Year's?
great. It was a nice break and had a lot of fun experiences with family and friends.
Can you tell us some background knowledge that you know about the history of Santa Claus?
Sure. So Santa, the figure, is based on St. Nicholas. It was an actual bishop for the church. And I know that the giving tradition comes from a family. It was a single father, and he had 3 daughters, and they were about to be sold into slavery. And Nicholas was actually fairly wealthy because he was left money, inheritance. And he actually, at nighttime, threw bags of gold into the window so that they didn't have to be sold into slavery and they could continue on. So that's where the gift giving comes from.
That's pretty interesting. Can you share with us how St. Nicholas became, the Santa that we pictured today?
Yeah, so as time went on, the Catholic Church was a very powerful organization, and St. Nicholas became the patron saint of children. And of course, the gift giving, and then being the patron saint of children, spread throughout Europe into Germany and Germanic cultures. And really, all of the traditions and things that surround Santa came from winter solstice celebrations, because in the winter, everything dies. So Saturnalia was a Roman winter solstice celebration where they would bring in evergreen and greens, and they would bring that in to signify that life was going to return, because, of course, being the shortest day of the year, and then winter solstice starting the days being long again. And so that's kind of where all that comes from. And I know that after he was the patron saint of children, there were several stories that we're going to talk about that kind of shape the history of Santa, especially in America and the United States.
Interesting. Now, do you know if 'Twas the Night Before Christmas was significant in forming the modern idea on what Santa is?
It was actually, because it wasn't as big of a holiday as far as, children getting the gifts and things like that. It wasn't quite so big, and that really popularized the idea of Santa Claus being the gift bringer, because, for instance, in Germany, Santa wasn't the gift bringer, it was the Christkind. It was because that was a Martin Luther thing. It was actually the Christ child, but then it was hard for kids to see a baby bringing presents, so it was signified by an angel. So that story, yeah, definitely popularized it, especially in the United States. And then post that story, Coca-Cola actually had a huge influence because they put out a lot of ads with Santa Claus wearing red because that's their color. Right. And actually before that, all the Santa Claus, the Father Christmases, the Père Noël, all that, they actually wore green. So that was a big thing too.
Interesting. Could you share with us what Santa's called in some other parts of the world, and maybe how their traditions are a little bit different from
Yeah,
ours?
like I mentioned, in Germany, the Christkind is the gift bringer. It's actually the Christ child, per Martin Luther, and that's signified by an angel. In England, it's Father Christmas, Père Noël in France, Topo Gigio. There are tons of traditions. Like, for example, in Italy, it's the Christmas witch. There's a bunch of different ones around the world. Like, for example, Ireland celebrates St. Stephen's Day, where Father Christmas in Ireland still wears green. Iceland has some really crazy traditions with some elves and the Yule cat and another Christmas witch, but she's actually not nice. She's pretty nasty. So.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the different things that people do all around the world. Now, what do you think Santa represents to you personally?
So for me personally, I grew up in a very Catholic home, and Christmas was always kind of like the pinnacle of the year, with parties with family and parties with friends and things like that. And Santa was always a thing that was kind of signified the magic of the time of the year, because it seems like Christmas is always that time of year when people are a little nicer, a little bit more giving, just because of the time. And I think that Santa really signified that magic and that kind of kindness that surrounds the time of year.
Nobody does want coal in their stockings. So
No.
You got to be nice around the ears.
For sure.
Now, how important do you think the actual idea of Santa is to the tradition of Christmas?
I think it is important, and I know there's conflicting views on this, but I think it's important to keep that idea of magic and kindness and things like that for the kids, right? I think that's a big part of it, because I think it's something that you have for such a short time, and I think it is important for the kids. And I know there's a strong religious aspect for Christmas sometimes, but we have to remember Christmas has become widely secularized, and if that's what it's going to be, that's fine, but that the kindness and the magic that I mentioned before, I think that's the thing that's the most important.
Now, does your family have a favorite Christmas tradition that you guys do every year?
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve is a huge thing in my family, and it's a time where we have a huge dinner and special prayer, and everyone gets one Christmas gift from Santa on Christmas Eve.
Now, we are filming this on January 6th, Orthodox or Old Christmas. Why and how have these two Christmases evolved over time?
Yeah, so the calendars are the reason, right? And Pope Julius was the first one back in the 300s to declare Christmas as an actual holiday in the calendar. And with all the calendars merging, the Julian calendar, the Gregorian calendar, all that kind of stuff got mixed up. And I know that a lot of people still celebrate the 12 days of Christmas, and actually the first day of Christmas would be Christmas Day, and that pushes the last day to January 6th, January 8th, something like that.
Now, our final question. Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Of course I do.
All right, thank you, Mr. Newell, for joining us today and offering your insight. Our own Maddie Sturgeon took to the halls of AHS to get the students' perspective. Let's take a closer look.
Hello, I'm Maddie Sturgeon of AHS-TV, and today we're taking a closer look at some of our jolly students here at AHS and if they have Christmas spirit. We took to the halls of AHS to see what our students had to say. I'm here with
Emma Johns, Molly Talladay.
Carter Lash.
Do you believe in Santa?
Of course I do. I mean, not any yes.
I do believe in Santa.
I'm glad, that's good. What kind of cookies do you put out for him on Christmas Eve?
Chocolate chip cookies. Probably like chocolate chip cookies.
It really depends what mood I'm in that year, but it's a mix between, not orange, but green and red sugar cookies, or just your normal chocolate chips, but I dye the milk to green.
Do you like make your own sugar cookies? Like, do you decorate them yourself?
Yeah, very extravagant, big Santa on the front of them. Some have reindeer, some have candy canes, but I get really Christmassy with it.
And lastly, what are you asking for Christmas this year?
A new cat.
Great choice.
Probably like clothes, gift cards, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Probably a lifetime supply of Slim Jims. I'm always finding myself eating them, and I couldn't use any less. I need more.
Santa, how do you deal with non-believers?
Well, I keep track of everyone's behavior throughout the year. And if you happen to be on that naughty list, you don't get your presents. If you're on the good list, then you get your presents, and then you believe, of course. The naughty ones try to make excuses, and we do not like excuses. We like good behavior, so we try to make everyone behave properly.
And are mall Santas actually you, or are they fake?
This is my busy time of the year, so I am everywhere. All the malls you see, I have to keep a really busy schedule, a tight schedule, so I can make all my appointments to visit all the children.
And do you feel disrespected by people who do dress up as you?
No, I'm often imitated, but never duplicated.
And are you the real Santa?
I am the real Santa. I am Santa Claus. I have my list, and I'm checking it twice, sometimes even more.
And am I on the naughty or nice list?
I need to take a look. Where's my list at? Have a list anywhere? Let me see if I can just remember. Nope, you're on the good list. I remember.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Straight from Santa's mouth, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Quinn, and a special thank you to Mr. Newell for giving us some history on on Santa Claus and on Christmas. Until next time, I'm Sydney Livingston, and on behalf of all of us here at AHS-TV, we hope that you had a great holiday season and wish you a tremendously outstanding 2026. Keep on soaring.